Good morning, Year 6. I am feeling fresh after another beating by Joe Wicks. I hope you're feeling fresh too. Today's maths task is we are learning to convert from improper to mixed fractions. First up, here are the three types of fraction. A proper fraction, where the denominator is bigger than the numerator, 3/4, a half, 7/58. Improper fractions are where the numerator is bigger than the denominator, as you can see from these three examples, and a mixed fraction comprises of a whole number, 1, 2, or 7, in these examples, combined with a proper fraction, so 1.5, 2 3/4, and 7 5/6. So how do we convert an improper fraction like 7/5 into a mixed number fraction? I can demonstrate this using this bar model below. Here we have 7/5 as bar models. Now the first bar model here represents 5 of those fifths. The denominator 5 for fifths denotes that the max number of parts in each bar model is 5. So this one here is 5/5, and this one we have here is 2/5. Added together, these would be 7/5. But to convert these into a mixed number, we know that this one here is worth 1 whole. 5/5 is a whole. So 1 is the whole number of my mixed fraction. And then we look at what the remaining parts are, 2/5. So we know that 7/5 is the same as 1 whole and 2/5. Let's have another look. Let's look at 13/4. Now, there is a quicker way of doing this, and that is to divide the numerator by the denominator. Now, 4 goes into 13 3 times, with 1 left over. So, we know that this must be 3 with 1/4 left over. The remainder in the division you do is the numerator. So let's have a look at that as a bar model, just to confirm this. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13/4. This represents 1 whole, 2 wholes, 3 wholes, and here is the remaining quarter that is left. So 13/4 are the same as 3 1/4. One more for good luck. 25/8 is a mixed fraction. So we count up in eighths. 1/8 is 8, 2/8, 16, 3/8, 24. So we know that 3/8 go into 25. What is left over from 24 if we count up to 25? 1. So the answer is 3 whole numbers, and there is 1/8 left over, because 8 goes into 25 3 times with 1 left over. The whole number is the whole number in the mixed fraction. The remainder is the numerator that goes above the denominator. But what about the other way around? So, converting mixed number fractions into improper fractions. I have here a bar model where this part here represents the 2 wholes that make up 2 ones. And this part here represents the 3/4 of a whole, which is the fraction part of my mixed number fraction. So we can demonstrate how this is turned into an improper fraction by splitting our whole numbers into quarters. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4/4 in my first whole number. That means we also have 4/4 in the second whole number. So that's 2 lots of 4/4 added to 3/4. When we do this calculation, we get 8 add 3, which is 11/4. Surely there's got to be a quicker way without having to draw a bar model. Well, of course there is. When we converted from improper fractions to mixed number fractions, we used division to help us work it out. In this instance, when we're converting mixed number to improper fractions, we're going to use multiplication to help us. So, here's how we do it. you would take the whole number 3 and multiply it by the denominator. 3 times 7 is 21. This is how many sevenths 3 whole numbers is. That would be 21 sevenths. And we need to add that then to the 5 sevenths we've got left over. So that would be 26 sevenths. Just to check, here is a bar model which demonstrates what is going on here. This is 7 sevenths, this is 7 sevenths, and this is 7 sevenths. 3 is worth all of these numbers added together plus the 5 sevenths we've got left. 7 and 7 and 7 is where the 21 sevenths comes from. A whole number is worth 7 sevenths. So definitely correct. Once more for good luck. Converting 7 and 1/8 into an improper fraction. First things first, we would do 7 times 8 to find out how many eighths 7 is. That means 7 times 8 is 56, so there are 56 eighths. Plus the original eighth, which was part of our mixed number fraction. So we know we have 57 eighths. So on part 2 of your My Maths task, you'll be asked some reasoning questions. What do you add to 19 quarters to make 5? First things first, we will need to convert 19 quarters into a mixed number fraction. So I know that 4 goes into 19 4 times, because 4 times 4 is 16. So that means my mixed number fraction will have a 4 as a whole number for the 4 times of 4 fits into 19. What is left over? So we count up from 16 to 19. 1, 2, 3. There is a remainder of 3. So that is 3 quarters. Then I can work out what I would need to add to 3 quarters to make my 4 up to 5. I would add 1 quarter. This has been a longer video today. However, feel free to watch this again if that helps, and then have a go at the My Maths task. Always have a go at the lesson section of the task too, just to give you a little bit of extra help before you complete it. And of course, if you do complete it and don't get 100%, give it another go. Thanks for watching.